And I looked at my 3 funding lines, and I looked at the mix that I had, and I realised just how much business I needed to do just to break even.
Mm.
Well, let's take away back to the numbers bit that we talked about earlier, Julia. Is one of the most important numbers that a business owner has got to know. And if they do not know this number, they are destined to fail. What is your break-even point? If you're a coffee sale, if you're a coffee vendor, how many cups of coffee do you need to sell to break even? Not to make money, not even to pay yourself, but to cover your overheads and cover your costs. It doesn't matter if you're manufacturing, how many things do you need to make? One of my sort of pastimes, semi-pastime, semi-business, is I chop down trees and I make posts and beams. I've got a sawmill at home, and I make posts and beams. How many trees do I have to chop down and sell, and at what price, in order to cover my costs? If you don't know the answer to that question, you're in trouble. Because when you're starting out, you start out at 0, and then you're going to build up. Well, how many and how achievable do you think that is? And I looked at my business, and I was probably running at about 300 or 400 million quid a year of production. With this particular box of tricks that I had in front of me, I needed to do £1 billion a year to break even.
Wow.
Not to make money. Not to
Yeah.
make money.
Wow.
£1 billion a year,
Wow.
which was about 2.5 times what I was actually doing.
Really?
And if I wanted to do £1 billion a year, because I was trading on very, very thin margins, because it was very competitive, I had to drop my credit standards.
Mm.
Now, I saw what happened when credit standards dropped in 2007, thinking, to do the same thing again and expect a different result is insanity. And I just thought, this doesn't feel comfortable to me. This doesn't feel like something I can believe in. And this kind of touches on something else I think about your entrepreneur. Whatever it is that they do, whatever it is you choose to do, I think you need to be passionate about it. You need to believe in it. I remember there was an analogy when I was 18, 19 years old. I did a summer break in the US doing door-to-door selling. Oh my God, door-to-door selling. No, absolute hatred for door-to-door selling. But the product, this was before Google Maps, was aerial photography. And the team would go up and they'd take photographs of neighborhoods with 100 houses on it. And you go door to door to say, I've got a picture of your house. Would you like to buy one? I thought, there actually isn't any other way of selling this. This is before social media and Google, and it was a novelty. And I thought, actually, you know what? I don't like the way it's being sold. I don't like door to door, but I actually quite believe in the product and that this is appropriate. You've got to, if you're not passionate about, ultimately, if you're an entrepreneur, you're selling something. If you're not passionate about the product and you can't put 110% of you behind it, it's going to be an uphill struggle. And that's where I got to in 2019. It's like, I just don't believe in this anymore. I don't like this sector. I don't like the direction it's going in. So I was able to box that up and communicate that message to my team when I sort of went in again, sat with then 75 people in front of me, a sort of town hall meeting, as we would now call it. I said, guys, I'm afraid I've got some unpleasant news. But I was able to frame it. And neither 2007 nor 2019, I don't feel like, I'm sure there are probably 1 or 2 exceptions, I don't feel like I came away as the bad guy. 2007 was just going, well, the bad guys are in the US. We're just reactive here. But even though I had personally made the call in 2019 to close the business, I didn't get the sense that I was the bad guy because I was able to package it up in a way and explain the rationale. And people would go, all right, I don't like what you've just said, Matt, but do you know what? Respect. Completely get it. Understand.